What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sharp Side Saturdays, episode 3. We've got a great crew today. Just to recap, the purpose of this show is to be concise, to be direct, and to give you sharp picks. So we have two great guests today. We have Mark Drumheller is going to give you his favorite college football pick of the day. We have Gianni, the Greek Corrales, here to give you his favorite NFL pick of the day. Without further ado, Mark, what do you like on the college football slate today?
Yeah, great slate. But my best bet for today is going to be Clemson traveling to Wake Forest. There's some 7.5s out there. We're starting to see some 8s pop at like Bet Online and some other places. But I think both those numbers are good in this position. When you look at the history of these two teams, Clemson's beat them 13 times in a row. Wake Forest, big jump up last year, had a great season with Sam Hartman. But the way that they're built offensively off the RPO, it really is a bad matchup for Clemson's defensive front. Defensively, Clemson should be able to get after them. They get Brian Breesy back, their best defensive tackle this week. So I think Wake's really going to struggle. They struggled last year. Clemson won this matchup 48-27. They won with margin. They're able to put almost 50 points against Wake Forest. And I don't think Wake is going to have the offense. We saw Wake last weekend. Only 21 rushes on 26 attempts against a Liberty team, which is, obviously nowhere near as close as strong as Clemson. And, they got outgained in that matchup against Liberty. The only reason they were able to squeak by and win was, pretty much because Liberty had 4 turnovers. So I think the market sees Wake a lot like, based off of last year and really hasn't adjusted to Wake not being as strong as they were last year. And I think that's giving us a small number here with Clemson. So I think the number's short. I think Clemson wins with margin again in this matchup. So they're my best bet for today.
Love it. Love it. On to the NFL. Gianni, I know it's hard to bet NFL late in the week on Saturdays, but is there anything you like for tomorrow where you think these people could still get an edge?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're right. Listen, when Pinnacle take 100,000 on Sunday morning over the phone from anybody, rest assured, they're pretty confident that their lines are tight. You're not going to find too many inefficiencies on the sides. With that said, I think there is a side that still offers value, and that's the Arizona Cardinals, because I think this is a money line play, meaning this is a very winnable game at home. The fact we're getting 4 points, now 3.5, as long as you're getting more than that key number of 3, you're good. And here's the bottom line. You look at the Rams, and as dominant as they've been, we saw like last week, there are instances where they allow teams to get back in the game. And this is an Arizona team that's custom built for that, to have success against those type of teams. They just don't quit. When I back an underdog, I want 2 things. I want to know they have a shot to win the game outright. If I'm getting points, then that's a bonus. And I want 60 minutes of effort. That's going to give me the back door open at least the whole game. And in Arizona, if there's one thing Kyler Murray and team's going to give you is 60 minutes of effort. We saw that last week. But forget my opinion. The bottom line is, where's the receipts? What's the data say? Should they be this big of a favorite or small of a favorite, the way you look at it? Myself, I think it's too high. The Rams that opened around -4. The look-ahead line before the season started was -1. So they've adjusted this line through the key number of 3 all the way to 4. Why? What happened in 2 weeks in 120 minutes of football to justify over a 3-point swing in the line? Absolutely nothing. It's based on perception, because when you look at one of the highest correlations to actual winning a football game, like passing success rate, you're seeing Kyler Murray rise. He was 9th last year. It's only been 2 weeks, so we have a small sample size. That's the difficulty of betting the NFL. By the time you have any significant sample of data, the season's over. So you got to really be good at predicting where the puck's going, not where it's at. And I think Kyler Murray, if he stays healthy, will continue to rise up that passing success rate, which again is one of the highest correlations to victory. And real quickly, the Rams win when they pressure quarterbacks and average around 4 sacks a game. I think you're looking at an Arizona team that's allowed less than 1 per game, where the NFL average, I think, is around 2. So not an easy quarterback to get to. Take Arizona. Also, wise guys steam the under. That helps us when you're getting points. They bet the under 51.5, under 51. I agree there as well. So let's take Arizona plus the points and sprinkle that money line for a little bonus.
I love it. Yeah, that was an incredible finish to the game, to the Cardinals game last week.
I had the other side. I should be mad at them. I lost because of that. But it impressed me that they just did not go away. They would not quit.
Yeah, there have been some crazy games in the NFL so far. I feel like I don't have the data in front of me. I feel like underdogs have done really well relative to prior years. Is that the case, or is that all in my head?
No, it's not in your head. I mean, it's still, again, a smaller sample size, but you do in the NFL want to look more towards the underdog, especially if you're betting later in the week where the favorite's been inflated already. Bettors that are betting late are usually chasing with favorites. They're tying them up in money lines. They're teasing them, which teasers are so big now at sports books, they have to defend. You're seeing a lot of lines open up at around 9.5 and stuff. That's to defend against the 6-point teaser, which has beaten them. You wind the 6-point teaser, that gives you about a 3-4% edge, depending on what juice you get. They know that. That's why they've been opening lines now at 9.5. We never used to see that because they didn't know the math behind using that 6-point teaser to get through the 7 and the 3. And now they're throwing out those 9.5 when it should be 8. And rather to protect themselves against the teaser, they rather let the wise guy come in and take the +8, knowing that the 99% is going to tease that 9.5 down to 3.5. They would rather have them have the worst of it with the -3.5 than be able to get them at 2.5 to avoid the wise guys getting the better number on the dog. There's a lot of manipulation going on, especially in the NFL where there's just so much money being bet.
Yeah, that's fascinating. So we've got a college football pick for you. We've got an NFL pick for you. As always, I'm going to give an MMA pick, but we have no UFC this week. So I'm already looking ahead to next week where I like Christoph Jocko over Brendan Allen. I think Jocko is just a little bit better everywhere. He's a little bit of an awkward striking style, but it's very effective. I'd say Brendan Allen's best attribute is his jiu-jitsu, but I think Jocko is actually the better wrestler here. And I think if anyone gets top time, it's going to be him. I think this is a good spot to nail Brendan Allen as a fade because he's had a couple of layup matches, so to speak. He was a massive favorite over Sam Alvey recently. Christoph Jocko, he doesn't do anything super flashy. He's just one of those guys who's just a blue collar fighter who's never going to make any silly, I shouldn't say never, but rarely makes any silly mistakes. Very high fight IQ. I like him to get it done here. I think the odds are good up until 135. I think best available on the board, -125. So again, that's next Saturday. Christoph Jocko over Brendan Allen. I like that spot. There's a couple other good ones on that card as well. I'll get to those later next week on my show on Thursday night. But yeah, guys, without further ado, thanks, Mark. Thanks, Gianni, for coming on. I'm going to recap the picks real quick. We like Clemson spread. We like the Cardinals spread, and we like Christoph Jocko money line. So get those in, and let's have ourselves a Saturday. Before I sign off, I'm going to pass it back to these guys to tell you where to find them. Mark, why don't you promote your Twitter, anything else you got going on?
Yeah, love these picks, man. Sounds like a 3-0 sweep, so I can't wait to see them come through. But yeah, Twitter handle right there, X_Drumheller. During the week, you can get my work at Yahoo Sportsbook. I've written articles throughout the week, every day during the week, and then I do some video work on the weekends. So you can find my work there for NFL, college football, UFC, you name it. Also, Saturday morning, I do a stream betting for breakfast, college football. We wrapped up early this morning so we could hop on here. You can check that out at the Sharp app YouTube channel. So make sure you download the Sharp app, and hop into Discord. We're in there sweating out college football picks, MMA, everything you can have. So, that's where you can find my work. It's where I'm at. It's either Yahoo Sportsbook or at the Sharp app.
Great. And Gianni, everyone watching this channel knows where to find you on Tuesday nights. Where else can they find you?
Check me out on Twitter at Greek_Gambler. I post a couple things on Instagram, not much at all. The same handle, mostly Twitter. Again, I'm an older guy. I don't do a lot of tech stuff, but produce content when possible. Reach out to me. I also have a subscriptions at Wager Talk the Big Moves, but that's more for experienced bettors, traders. You're better off going to my Twitter, sharing a lot of free stuff. Reach out anytime. Thanks for having me, Andrew, and best of luck, Mark, on that Clemson pick as well. And that's a really sharp play on Jotko. Poker group out here, which, steams all the lines and all kind of sports because they have accounts for everyone. They bet Jotko, actually. That was the first one, the first moves on that card. So a lot of sharp bettors agree with you there for sure.
Gonna have to punch that one in right now.
Yeah, locked in, guys. Let's go. Let's have some fun. We've got some great games Saturday, good games tomorrow, and then UFC back next week. And so, again, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Go follow these guys on social media, and we'll catch you next Saturday at 10 a.m. Take care, everyone.